So the future of the Democratic Party is looking redder and not in the Republican way. Bernie Sanders and Jasmine Crockett are rallying the troops for Zoran's commie revolution in New York.
He has been a master, and frankly, he could do a master class for all Democrats on communication.
Do you think Zoran Mamdani is a leader in the Democratic Party now?
Well, of course he is. He's going to be the mayor of the city of New York. And he made it clear what is true in every state in this country is that the richest people in America are becoming phenomenally richer. It resonated with people. It will resonate with people in every state in this country.
Is that something that Democrats, you believe, should run on?
Absolutely.
But who actually is the leader of the Democrats? Even they aren't so sure, according to a new poll conducted by Politico. The top result is a person called Don't Know, followed by Kamala, then another person called Nobody, then Schumer and Jeffries. So, Kennedy, you and Martha are the voices of reason on this panel today.
Oh, God help us all.
I'm coming to you
That's
first.
sexist.
Is this the Democratic Party now? Are they a communist/socialist party?
I mean, that has been the schism within the party, is the progressives trying to take over with their very effective messages of class warfare. That's all they have to offer. They don't have the kind of innovation and capitalism that the First Lady was talking about at the Patriot Awards last night. They want to convince you that billionaires have taken all of your stuff and all of your opportunity, and they are the ones who are going to get it back from you. Them and only them. And on their way to doing that, they need as much money and as much power concentrated in their leadership as possible, because they want to shake the whole thing to its foundation. And that's, Martha, you were talking about that in the last segment. That's what Mamdani wants to do. Unfortunately, the rest of the Democrats, the establishment Democrats, they still don't have a message. They're still not running great candidates at the presidential level. And, you look at people like Mikey Sherrill, who won the other night for New Jersey governor. She's pretty moderate. And I think most people in the country, they don't have an appetite for progressive chaos, especially when they see another city that's going to fall to socialism. We've already seen it in Portland and San Francisco and Chicago and Minneapolis. Yep. And, they have written a great roadmap for what not to do. Voters have fallen for it, mostly because in this mayoral race in this city, there were horrible candidates to choose from. Yep. And if Mamdani is the best case scenario, then truly, God help us all.
New York, though, has a way of leading these things, and I hope it's not nationwide. Martha, you were talking about Eastern Europe and all the stuff that Melania name-checked. Mao, Stalin, Castro, Pol Pot, we could go on. Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro, by the way, also at first claimed he wasn't a communist, okay? He was something else. Well, between them, that whole crew, what do we got? 50, 60 million dead in the 20th century thanks to communism? Is that where we're going here? Is this a failure of the school system? How do we know this and these kids who voted for Mamdani not know this?
It's interesting when you look at the numbers that elected Mamdani in New York. The majority were people who've been here less than 5 years, right. People from other countries. And I read one school of thought on this week that was essentially like, he's not so, it's not that the economic system is what it's about. It's really more about tearing down American power. Yeah. That leadership and American power and corporations and sort of the big, bad American hegemony philosophy is what has to go. And you notice in his speech, he didn't say anything about, the greatness of New York City or the greatness of America. He talked about what he wanted to tear down. And I think that there's a lot of this philosophy. You see in the United Kingdom has every major city there is under the direction of a socialist mayor. So, I mean, this has been a long time in the making, this desire to sort of put people in power who want to tear down the idea of American power and American leadership in the world. And I think that there's something to be said for that. I didn't write that piece, but I read it and I thought, you know what? I think you might have something here.
Well, let's remember, socialism/communism is supposed to be an international movement, right? All the borders go away, all the countries go away. It's the revolt of the working class who are going to run everything. Jesse, I got to come to you. I'm sure you have an answer for this from the right. Do we have an answer for affordability? Is this who we're running against now, communists?
Yeah, it's supply and demand. If rent's too high, deport the illegals and build more apartments. It's like so obvious. Even I understand it. So they have no idea, right? They're supposed to be like, oh, the Democrats, they have no idea. Well, what the first idea is, freeze rent and freeze utilities. Okay, so rent is at an all-time high and you freeze it? You don't bring it down. You just freeze it at an all-time high. Utilities are all-time. Just freeze it. It's so stupid. You want to bring prices down. You don't want to freeze them high. The problem here, though, is nationally, whatever this guy does, everyone owns it. So say there's a stabbing on one of these free buses by some lunatic. Every Democrat's going to get asked about that.
You're right.
Every Democrat, when this guy tries to go to an NYPD funeral and all these cops turn their backs, every Democrat's going to... Let's just say this city collapses into Armageddon, and all these stupid Democrats, and some of them are moderates, backed this guy. Even Barack backed him. They're going to have to say, oh, well, you know, I didn't really like that. I didn't really like him that much. You know, I mean, it's going to get really awkward and really stupid. And the Republicans do have to do more. I know this is a Manhattan problem. It's also a problem out in San Francisco. They do need to do stuff about the cost of living in these big cities.
Greg, you're actually, all joking aside, you have your finger on the pulse of this town. You've been living here more than anywhere else, and you see what the this city, right, has been socialist since the 70s. I don't care what anybody says. It caused all of this, and now they're leaning into more of it. Where do you see it going?
Well, I think it's a difference of speed. Kamala, slow socialism, the New Guard, fast socialism, but it's still socialism. But when you talk about history and you try to talk you have so you go Mao, Stalin, they're like, oh, it's not like that. It's not like that. So you have to ask yourself, what is underneath their desire for this? If it is socialism, and what it drives that it's a sense that things are unfair and government can fix it. So that allows them to say, well, it's Democrat socialism, or it's a new kind of socialism. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. But it's all based on one thing. Things are unfair. So they look at a person doing well, that's unfair. They look at a person doing badly, that's unfair. But here's the issue. Out of the hundreds of variables that contribute to a successful or a failed life, whether it is your family background, your ambition, your brain power, your mental health, your physical health, they only focus on unfairness. And that's how you got Zoran. That's how, because all you had to say is ignore all other variables. So when you get mugged, it's not a crime problem, it's a unfairness problem. That guy's life has been unfair in this system. We have to deal with that. That's how you have people in New York City, which I don't understand. Crime is their most crucial issue, yet they vote for somebody who's soft on crime. That is because the unfairness variable is the only thing they're looking at. They ignore the trade-offs. You want to defund the police because you think the police is corrupt or unfair. Well, the trade-off is you incentivize crime because there's no disincentive via being arrested.
And you know what? We all know it's going to fail, but here's the thing, the takeaway, I think. We got to not let them gaslight us on this, because they're going to tell us it's working. You watch. The Times are going to tell us in 6 months how great Mamdani is. And he's not going to be. We got to let people know it doesn't work. All right, we got to go. The fastest is up next.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.